Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel.
Tôi chưa có cái link đấy. Gửi lại cái link đi. Ôi, miếng
Theo
răng
dõi
này
rồi.
lúc nào cũng phải kiểu để ý xem là răng là dính cái gì không ấy.
Mùi cá thối, mùi con gì chết. Một cái ngày quay vlog khốn khổ khốn nạn. Có nhìn thấy lông mũi không?
Không. Đấy gì cả.
So, ready? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very special guest, Anh Trang. Say hi to YouTube.
Hello everyone.
This video is going to be a little bit more special than usual because today we are going to speak English. Why did we decide to speak English today?
Show off our
To show off.
Just kidding, to make it like more special.
Yeah, because our parents spend a lot of money for us to study English. Because we major in English at the University of Languages and International Studies, right? So why don't we just speak English, right? Anyways, in today's video, we are going to answer 36 very deep and dark questions about ourselves. So hopefully we can get to know each other a little bit more. Round number one, if you can invite anyone in the world to have dinner with, who would it be and why?
I want to meet a French writer. He's Musso, and I have been reading his novels since I was at high school. His characters, his plots, and his lifestyles are very impressive. And yeah, if I had a chance, I would want to meet him to listen to him talking about his writing career.
Romantic novels,
both
right?
Romantic and adventurous. So sometimes it contains both real and unreal features in his stories. And in recent years he also write detective stories actually. So it's like a combination.
First name that comes to my mind is Best Dressed. She's a very famous YouTuber. She's my all-time favorite YouTuber. I have watched all of her videos. She doesn't make any videos anymore, but I think that she is a very interesting and talented person. So if I have the chance to talk to her in person, I can learn a lot of things from her, and I think that it will be so much fun to talk to her about YouTube, about creating content, and about being famous or something. Yeah. Do you want to become famous, and how?
How can I say? Yeah, actually, I wanted to develop a cooking or a baking YouTube channel, and actually I'm planning. I'm working on this. Yeah, and of course I want my channel to be popular, or in other words, to be famous, right? Yeah, but I don't think fame is the top priority in my case. So the reason that I want to do it because that's what I want. That's what I have been thinking about for the past few years. If I'm lucky enough to have a famous channel, it would be great. But it's not something that I'm craving for.
I mean, do you want to be very very famous or a little bit famous, with hundred of thousand subscribers or just a few thousand subscribers?
Yeah, just a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Because fame is very hard to handle.
Yeah.
And we are not perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I also want to be famous among a small group of people,
right.
1 or 2,000 people, because I already have 600 subscribers right now, and I just think that is a lot, right?
Yeah.
600 people are looking at me.
Right.
That's a lot of people. So it is very nerve-wracking right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I want to be famous in a positive way, not
right.
in a tai tiếng way,
infamous, right?
infamous way. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Before you call someone, do you rehearse what you're going to say and why?
Yeah, it depends on the person that I'm going to talk to. Yeah, if I talk to somebody that I'm close with, I'm close to my sister or my best friend, so I don't need to rehearse what I want to say. However, when it comes to the manager or maybe when it comes to important calls, I often talk to myself first to prepare and to expect what I want to say, because I'm very afraid that I will miss some information during the conversation.
I think that I have a phobia for making a phone call. Because when I was in college, I had a part-time job of being assistant for a very famous English center, and one of the responsibilities that I had to take was to call the parents at the end of the month to inform them about their children's learning. And it was very terrifying because like most parents were very nice, but some of them were like Gordon Ramsay, right? They should
In the health kitchen.
yeah. I worked there for like almost 2 years, and eventually I just started to become so like scared of making a phone call, so I prefer texting or like making a video call or talking face to face. What are some elements that make a perfect day for you?
I think good sleep,
Mm,
good food,
mm,
good work,
mm.
and I mean like time for myself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if I don't have enough sleep, I'm going to lack energy, and I like just don't feel like doing anything, and I can work effectively. And also I'm a foodie, so yeah, trying good foods really like bring my mood up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, when it comes to good work, I love working actually, to be honest. Yeah, and it's very good for me to feel like I'm productive. Yeah, I feel great when I can work and when I can contribute something. Yeah, and also at the end of the day, I want to spend time alone for myself to like read books or to listen to music, or maybe just lie down, take a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Same.
Yeah.
Totally same.
Introvert.
Yeah.
Guys.
When was the last time you sang to yourself, and when was the last time you sang to other people?
I sing to myself like regularly, frequently. Yeah. So I think every day, and the last time was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, when nobody is around, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, when I was taking a shower actually.
Yeah.
And the last time that I sang for others, I guess, is not too far, because I often sing for my sister, even though she like doesn't ask for it. Yeah, I just sing because I like it when I feel comfortable around like some people, like my boyfriend or my younger sister.
Whitney Houston is singing.
Yeah, that's
very,
right. So she.
Yeah. Actually, I just sang that song when I was driving here.
Oh,
Because,
really?
yeah, because I live so far from the city center. I'm living in the suburbs, so it is like 10 kilometers far from here. When I like drive to the city center, I have nothing to do but singing.
That's right.
The last time I sang for other people, I think every day, because I'm living in the apartment building, so it is likely that my neighbors constantly hear my voice every day. Imagine that if you can live until you are 90 years old, so in the last 60 years of your life, would you prefer to keep your body of a 30-year-old or your mind of a 30-year-old?
I think I prefer the mind. Yeah, because actually we are all getting older and older. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that we don't want to, but we can't deny it.
Yeah.
And I think aging is natural.
Yeah.
Aging is natural to some extent, and when you are old. And when people look at you, they just like don't care much about your appearance, but what they are like interested in you is that like how wise you are or how experienced you are, and in order to live a happy life, a joyful life, your mind is very important. You have to feel happy and love yourself first. Then yeah, you will see everything around you in a bright color, and it will make you look younger, I guess.
Actually, I will choose to keep the body, not the mind, because I don't want my mind to stay the same for the last 60 years of my life. Because I think that the older I get, the wiser I will become, the more I will learn. So if I would just like remain the mind of a 30-year-old, that would be very boring. And there's also a lot of unhappy memories that I want to forget. I don't want to memorize to remember those like memories for the rest of my life. Do you have any imagination about your death?
No. I don't like thinking about my death because I'm very scared of that topic.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that one day you are going to disappear and the world is just happening without you. And I am terrified whenever I think about it. So,
Me too. So I just love this life so much.
Yeah.
I don't even dare to think about it. List 3 things that seem to be the similarity between us. So first of all, we work in the same place. Secondly, we
study.
both graduated from the University of Languages and International Studies, majoring in English. What else?
I think we are introverts.
Introverted person, people. Yeah.
I guess.
We are both kind of artistic, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you are like good at baking, and I'm pretty good at cooking, I believe.
Yeah, and art.
Yeah,
Drawing.
something. And you're also good at taking pictures and something.
No, not really, but thank you for the compliments.
What do you feel most grateful for in your life?
There are a lot of things that I feel grateful for, but I have to pick one. I think is the fact that I can live my own life and make my own decision. My parents are quite strict. However, when it comes to like choosing my majors or my career, they let me choose it on my own. It makes me feel more responsible for my choice. Yeah, even though sometimes I can make mistakes, but at least it's my mistakes. Yeah, my own ones. And I think there's nothing better that you can live your own life and like to see what you really want to do and discover yourself instead of being forced to do something that you are not into.
Yeah, me too. I'm also grateful for my family. There were a lot of tension, a lot of argument between my family and I in the past, but now they just let me live my life to do what I want. Like I don't really talk to them a lot, but I know that they are very supportive, and they will do their best to make sure that I will have good education and good health. And that is what I'm so grateful for. If you could change the way you were raised as a kid, what would you want to change?
So disclaimer first. When I say it, I didn't mean like I blame. I don't mean I'm blaming my parents for it. I just like if I could change something in the way that in their parenting styles, I think that I want them to like be less overprotective. Yeah. I think it's good for me because my mother had me when she was like 40 years old. Yeah. So that's the reason why they really value their children, me and my younger sister. But sometimes it refrained me from like doing more. I know that they care about me, but sometimes it's quite kind of I don't know how to say.
Like overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed.
Annoyed sometimes.
Yeah, even though I know that they just have good intentions.
Maybe when we have our own children, maybe we will do the same thing.
I think so. It's just natural, I guess.
Yeah. For me, everything. I would change everything because my childhood was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So if I had a chance, I would change everything, each and every single little thing. Spend around 4 minutes telling the story of your life as detailed as possible. Maybe 2 minutes is okay. Do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Xin chào.
Vietnamese.
English? Just pretend to be like Miss Universe. Okay, so I was born and raised in a small village in the north of Vietnam. There was a lot of ups and downs in my childhood, or in my study as well. So when I was 16 years old, my parents had to transfer me to another school because my academic achievement at that time was very terrible. So they was afraid that I would never graduate. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends in the past because I was a very extremely introverted person at that time. There were a lot of tension between my friends and I, myself and my family and so on. But everything is fine now. So when I was 18 years old, I flew the nest and I moved to this university to start an independent life all by myself, and I have been living here for pretty much 10 years. And I graduated from the University of Languages and International Studies, majoring in English. And now I'm also doing a master's degree in English teaching because I want to become a professional English teacher in the future. Yeah, so that is basically about my life. There was a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of happy and unhappy memories, but everything is just fine now.
Okay, I was born in 1997 in Hanoi, and when I was a kid, I was a kind of curious kid who really want to explore the world. At primary school, I wanted to become a writer, and I wrote a lot of stories in a notebook, and I cut the pictures from the newspapers to illustrate my story, which is funny. I lost all of them now, and I was not an outstanding student at primary school. Yeah, everything is normal. When I came to secondary and high school, I became more hardworking, and I realized that I was very interested in English. Yeah, so I think it's the best subject that I can learn at school back then. I also had a few of teenagers love stories, but they just didn't last long. And then I got into university, the same ULIS, right? And I had a chance to meet a lot of great people like teachers, classmates, and I think I grew up a lot during my university time. I was also in a kind of toxic relationship at that time. Luckily, then after nearly 3 years, I stepped out of it and I started a brand new relationship. And I learned new things. I got jobs as a teacher, and I improved myself every day. After what happened, I decided to give better care of myself and also enjoy the life as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. So tomorrow, when you wake up, if you had a new personality or a new ability, what would it be?
I want to understand all languages in the world. Yeah, because I when I look at people that can speak languages, I feel like they are very cool. And I feel like languages are like a barriers between people around the world. So if I can unlock it and if I have that ability, it would be great for me to explore and explore new things and new cultures.
There's a lot of abilities I want to have. Push up and pull up. Because I cannot do any single pull up at home. I've tried a lot. The ability to stay focused because I'm very easy to get distracted when I study or work. The ability to ignore everything and start enjoy life because I am a very overthinking person. If there's a magic crystal or that can tell you the truth about yourself, about your life, about your future, or anything, what would you want to know about?
Maybe how my marriage would be in the next 10 years or 20 years. How can I say, I'm not an ambitious person, so I don't really care much about career. But when it comes to marriage, it's like a mystery because I have a lot of friends and they have very good relationship with their partners when they are in love. But when they got married, a lot of things happen and a lot of quarrels, arguments, conflicts, and I'm really scared that I'm going to be in the same situation. So I really wanted to know that how it will be in the future so that I can be prepared for it.
I'm a very insecure person, so I don't want to know much about my future. But I want to know whether I would graduate from the master degree program that I'm doing because some subjects, the subjects are getting more and more difficult and I am getting more and more stupid.
You are too tough to yourself. You are not stupid.
Because of ChatGPT, I am more and more stupid. Do you have any dream, a very long-standing dream that you
haven't achieved?
And why?
It's what I said before at the beginning of the video that I wanted to develop baking channels in which I can share my baking recipes and the process of it.
For me, losing weight, have a six pack, something like that. The reason is that I was just not patient enough to do it, to work out properly. What is the biggest achievement of your life?
I don't have great achievements like other students, other friends, other peers. However, I think being a teacher is something that, to me is an achievement because I didn't expect to work in that field when I was at university. But then things changed and now I'm here and I became a teacher and I enjoy it. And I think and I feel like when I work as a teacher, I learn a lot of things. I improve my skills. I meet a lot of stunning people, children as well. So I think that's it's something that I should be proud of.
I think my biggest achievement so far is to pass the university entrance exam to have the chance to study at the University of Languages and International Studies.
Lecturing your name.
What do you appreciate most in friendship?
I think I really appreciate the fact that real friends, they can stand and be with me when I'm in need, and maybe there are some ups and downs in the friendship as well. Sometimes it happens, but at the end, it's very good for people to have somebody that unconditionally supportive to you. Yeah, so loyalty, I guess.
Loyalty is very important. For me, loyalty as well, and mutual understanding, mutual respect, and no judging us. Especially no judging, because like sometimes when I have some trouble and I talk to a friend and all I need is that they listen to me, maybe encourage me or something, but instead they start to like do a analysis
right.
of the topic, and they start judging me, like, and they give me some very silly pieces of advice that like everybody knows but nobody does, right? And then they start to like talk about themselves in the same situation.
Maybe they are not good friends.
Yeah. What is your most cherished memory?
I think it's my mother's last birthday. My mother belonged to the older generation. She was born in like 1959. Yeah. So people at her age don't often have the ideas of celebrating their birthday. Before, I just gave her presents, to like or send her wishes. But last year, I decided to make something more special. So I and my sister ordered the cake and gave her some presents and threw a small party for her. And then we went out and eat ice cream. So yeah, everything was just very simple. Yeah, but it's very like memorable.
When I was in college, I was a member of a club. Like, it was a very big club with a lot of members, but like all of them, I mean, like every single person in that club was very, very nice and supportive and approachable. So it was so nice, like being with them. And I really remember the trip, the outing we had together at the end of the semester, and I could feel like being like in a big family.
Yeah,
I really miss them. What about the worst memory of your life? It is a very
it's dark.
Scary question.
Yeah, not say.
Maybe not the worst, maybe just a bad memory.
Yeah, a bad one, right? I had quite like toxic relationship, as I told you, and you know it, right? So during that time, the whole period, the whole 3 years, I lost myself and I was manipulated and I got into the wrong directions and it tortured my feelings a lot. Yeah, so everything was intense, and I think it's one of the like most terrible time in my life that I like don't want to get back. And you?
You know it, the surgery.
Yeah, I know, of course.
But the worst thing was not because I had the surgery and lost a body part. After I finished the surgery, and my sister and my cousin just came and we were laughing together and it looked like how fucked up I was. But I think the worst part was when my dad came. He was in my hometown and he just like immediately drove to the city to see me, and he just came and he just said hi and he didn't know what to say. And I just felt very terrible about myself, very embarrassed and disappointed and pathetic about myself, because like, I don't know, I just felt very pathetic because I made him so worried. How important is friendship in your life?
Very important, I guess. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Not too many, but some quality friends, high quality friends. I have groups that like were at the same high school. Yeah, we still keep in touch now, and we are in like good relationship. Some good friends from university, including you. Not too many. Yeah, but I think I'm lucky to have like very supportive and caring friends, and they are kind of shoulders for me to cry on when I have like some troubles in my life. Yeah, and I think if it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't like have got over some troubles. Yeah. In my life. Yeah, so very thankful for having them around.
What about love? Like romantic love and love in general?
Very important too, but I don't think they are like the top priority. I consider love as something that, it's an important factor. It's not everything. Yeah, you can be better when you love the good one, but you can also become a totally like desperate, terrible person when you make the wrong decision. If you still haven't got a boyfriend or girlfriend, that's the end of the world. It doesn't mean that. You still can love yourself because you are the most important person in your life. And then if you have chance, it depends on a lot of factors. Then if you can meet another person that you feel like harmonious with, it will be awesome.
5 positive aspects of each other.
Sorry, you're funny, hilarious. Yeah, you make people laugh a lot when you say something, and I think that sometimes you do it like effortlessly. You are a determined person, strong-minded, I guess, because I saw you when you were at university, and now we are still good friends up to now, and I see a lot of like changes and a lot of improvements in your performances. Yeah, independence. You live alone and you still handle your work, your study, your household chores, your blogs. Yeah, I wish that I could do like you, but I don't think that I can if I live alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 4 is you are a creative person. You have a lot of ideas in your mind, both in working and in like making the blogs, and plus you are good at drawing. Yeah, so yeah. And number 5, I think, is you are a very kind person. Yeah. If people are not close to you, then they will think you are a cold. I feel that like inside you, you are very sweet and kind in your own way.
Yeah, not many people can see the kindness in me. Most of them just think that I'm a bitch or something.
Sometimes you are a bitch.
Yeah, I am a bitch. Yeah, but like a kind bitch. Number 1, you are very friendly and approachable. It is very easy to talk to you. You don't judge and you don't like give stupid advice and you don't talk about yourself. And number 2, you're very helpful, because when we were in college, you were the only one who like I really wanted to be in group with. Like when we had to do pair work or group work, you gave a lot of advice, useful pieces of advice for us to like finish our assignments. And number 3, you also have an aesthetic sense, and you can take a lot of beautiful pictures. Like when we went to Quy Nhơn last year, like you took the photos for other people. Everyone would just like ask Anh Chang to take a picture, because I would never be able to take the same.
Because I'm so wow, you know.
Yeah.
Experience, not talented.
Number 4, you're also a very dedicated teacher, because you prepare for your lessons very carefully. You care a lot about your students. And number 5, you have a very nice accent when you speak English. There were not many students who could speak English naturally and fluently in our class, and you were one of them. And it was very satisfying when hearing you making the presentation.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel very insecure about my speaking actually.
Really?
In currently, because it has been a long time since I graduated.
How close and warm are your family, and do you feel that your childhood was happier than other people's?
Yeah, I get on quite well with my mother and my younger sister. So yeah, the atmosphere is cozy between 3 of us. However, when it comes to my father, it's like there is a gap between us. First of all, it's because of generation gap. But I think the more important one, the bigger one, is that the differences in personalities. Yeah, he is a little bit conservative and stubborn sometimes. So we can't keep a long conversation with each other because we are going to have conflicts or different perspectives, I guess. During my childhood, there was a lot of ups and downs as well. And I have a lot of bad memories about that, and I think they also affect my development. Yeah.
My family is not very close because my sister, my father, and I live in 3 different parts of the country. We hardly have the chance to see each other, maybe just 1 or twice a year. But I know that they are always there for me. We don't talk a lot, but I know that they are very supportive, because there were a lot of moments when I just wanted to drop out the master degree that I'm doing because of the financial burden, because it was a very. But they my sister called me and they said that don't be stupid. You have to do what you have to finish. It's if you need money, I will lend you. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of money, but she was willing to lend me a lot of money to pay for the tuition fee. And my dad also lent me a lot of money for that. And he didn't say it, but I just know that he will support me all the way to finish my education. How do you feel about a relationship with your mother?
It's pretty good. Yeah. She sacrificed a lot for me, and I really appreciate it. When I was younger, I was more how can we say thoughtless. Do we have this word? Thoughtless. Yeah. And sometimes we have some kind of arguments. Yeah, just tiny ones, but I really regret that I did it. And now I try my best to make her happy, because she was she has how can I say? Can we skip this part?
Yeah.
Can you cut it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Unfortunately, my mother passed away when I was 4 years old, so I don't have like a lot of memory about her anymore. Okay, round 3. This is the last round. It is getting like very dark right now. Make 3 statement questions, starting with we. We both graduated from the University of Languages and International Studies, majoring in English. We are sitting in the sipping bar, Thong Nhat Park, exposing our private life, our entire private life for 600 strangers on YouTube.
We are sweating now because it's hot when we are outside.
It's so hot. We are suffering from the fishy smell. Finish the sentence. I wish I would have someone to share blah 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 blah.
I wish I would have someone to share both bad and good things in life. It's easy for people to get close when we are happy, right? However, it's very hard for us to have to find someone that is really there when we are in need. Yeah, so I think I wish that I could find somebody that can stick with me throughout all of obstacles, hardship, and you.
I don't know, because I've always I've been living independently all by myself for the past almost 10 years. Actually, I've always been a very lonesome person in my entire life for 26 years. So I don't think that I badly need someone to share anything right now. If we want to become friends, share something important that the other person should know. Already we have been friends for almost 10 years, right? So I think that we know pretty much everything about each other, right? Tell the other person something you like about them as honestly as possible, something that you don't often talk to a stranger. Another thing that I like about you is your waist. It is very small.
Thank you.
I really want to have that tiny waist. Share with the other person a very embarrassing moment of your life.
If my memory serves me right, when I was at the first or the second grade, or maybe the third, I'm not sure, but during the primary school, I was very shy and obedient as well. So there was a time that there was a lesson in which I really wanted to pee. Yeah, and I raised my hands so that I want to wait for my teacher to see me raising the hands, and then I will ask her for permission. However, she was too busy, or maybe she just didn't see me. Yeah, so I just sit here and I raise my hands for a very long time, and then I can't hold it anymore. And then you know what happened next? Yeah, it's very embarrassing.
So when I was in the first year of college, so our class was hanging out in a coffee shop, and there was this one girl who just tried to out me in front of everyone. At the time I wasn't feel very embarrassed, but when I grow up, when I think about it again, I just felt that it was a very terrible thing to do with other person, questioning other person's sexuality or something private, something personal is the worst thing that we should do to other people, especially in front of other people. Yeah. I mean, we are fine now. I'm not angry with her anymore. I mean, I blocked her on Facebook, but we are fine. We are okay now.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Of course it's fine. I'm an actress now, Andy.
Yes, you are.
When was the last time you cried in front of other people, and when was the last time you cried with yourself?
Maybe last week, something. Because sometimes there were some bad days in your life. Yeah, there were some bad days. So everything just didn't happen the way that you expect it to be. So yeah, I often burst into tears, not because I'm desperate, but it's a way for me to release the tension. Yeah, you.
It is very difficult for me to cry. It's been I haven't cried for 10 or 15 years. The last time I cried with myself was a few weeks ago. So basically I was going through a lot of stress at the time. It was a rainy day, so I came to my class and I prepared very thoroughly for the lesson. But a lot of people were absent that day because of the rain, suddenly my class was cancelled in front of my face. They didn't have bad intention, but I mean I was a teacher of the class, so I should at least I should talk to me. Yeah, they should discuss with me like, do you want to cancel the class? Do you want to have an online session instead or something? I just felt very not respected that day. And when I like were driving home, I started to like not
I know.
like because I was so hopeless, like helpless about my life. Among all the problems, what are some very serious problems that we cannot joke about?
Appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very insecure about my appearance, to be frank, because like I'm a little bit underweight. Yeah, and a lot of people I know that maybe they don't have like bad intentions, but they just keep asking me about my weight, and I feel very stressful for it. And also I just feel like appearance is not a top like feature for people to judge on each other. So
like health, like mental
health.
health, physical health, appearance, sexuality, right, religion.
And also like salary.
And even style, right? Because we are all different people. We have different style. We have different mindset, right? There was this one time, like again, they didn't have like bad attention to hurt me, but like there was this person who have never seen me teaching before. But they said something about me in front of other people. They said something like I should fix my smile because I have a very not friendly, unfriendly face. I should learn how to something like this. They said something like I look like an arbitrary king who just give command to students.
Really?
And they said that the students just like follow my order, but they don't respect me. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Because like they've never seen me teaching before. They have never been in my class, and they said something like my student don't respect me. Yeah, it was very like annoying and weird. At the same time, right? Because like they don't actually know about me, but they comment about my face, about my style, and about my teaching. That is a very annoying thing. Right? I think in general we shouldn't judge other people. If your house and all your belongings are on fire, and after you have saved your family and your pets, you have a time to go back to save one more belonging, one more item. Like, what would you say and why?
In this case, I am a very practical one, and I will choose to save my personal documents, like the birth certificate or something, or identification, because I really hate paperwork, and so I really hate the feeling that you have to start over again. You have to report to the authorities, and you have to wait, and a lot of like other things are affected as well.
This laptop, this MacBook, because it is so expensive, and I cannot afford to buy a new one. Among all the family members, like whose death that make you feel so bad and regret, and why? I think that like anyone's death like would make me feel very sad and regret, right? Because we are all a family, right? Even if we don't have a lot of contact with them, we will still feel so bad for them. Share with the other person a personal problem and ask for solution, ask for some advice. As I told you, I'm a very overthinking person, and I have a very toxic way of living. Like when someone intentionally or intentionally hurt me, I would not say it out loud. I would just keep it in my heart, in my mind, and then I would just hate that person forever unless I realize the mistake and apologize to me. And I think that is a very toxic way of living, because it is unfair for myself and also for the other person.
Well, I'm an overthinking person too. However, when somebody is not nice to me, first I can be very upset, but then I just ignore them. I just like don't really hate them, but I just ignore them. They just don't play an important role in my life. So I know it's a journey that you have to like practice a lot. Don't care about it. Just like focus on yourself more, and like focus doing what you want. And then when you feel happy, then you just don't care about it.
What about you? Do you have any problem?
A lot of problems. Oh my
too
God.
many problems. All very problematic people.
You know that we are working in a company, and we work in shifts. So normally we will start our working at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. right? And some people, they told me that I shouldn't do this job anymore. I should find a job like a 9 to 5 jobs, so that I can maybe when I get married I can like spend more time with my family. Yeah, I feel it kind of like disturbing. They don't really know what I'm doing, and they just give advice, but they are not working in this field. So and I don't ask them for the advice as well.
Like, it is annoying that a lot of people always feel like worried on behalf of other people. Yeah, because like we ourselves don't worry too much about our life of people. Like they are worried on behalf of us.
Yes.
Same advice, just ignore them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I also think that like nobody is perfect. Like
Yeah, that's right.
people will have assumption about us. Like we also have assumption about other people as well. And most of the time the assumptions are negative.
We tend to see the weakness in other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that like maybe we shouldn't be too angry
Yeah.
with them because like we do the same thing sometimes without like realizing it.
Yeah, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for coming to have a sip today.
Yeah.
Coming to
You're
Vietcetera.
welcome. Vietcetera.
Vietcetera. Vietcetera. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming here. It is very nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Learn a lot of things about each other and about life in general.
And I haven't spoken English for such a long time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you told me, I was scared that I'm
Yeah.
going to fuck up everything. Yeah. But then we just speak. We make mistake because we just like the learners, right? Not native speakers. It's okay to make mistakes. Just say it.
Yeah. Like if people judge you for your mistake in speaking English, just like
Let it be.
fuck them.
Let it be. Fuck them, really?
Okay, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you want me to make the same kind of content like this, if you have something nice to say, comment down below. If you have some like bad comment, just keep it to yourself.
We are sensitive.
Yeah. So yeah, I will see you in other videos. Bye.